moving on to essentially the internals of Claude Code. How did we get here and what is it? I think it's worth covering sort of the evolution of AI coding tools, just to sort of share some perspective. I, for example, hear many people say things like, I work with Cursor, not Claude. But that's a bit of a faulty statement in that they are different tools with different internals kind of intended for different purposes, though they certainly do have an overlap. And I'll explain what I mean. So many of us have worked with LSP-based autocomplete for many years. And when those arrived, they felt like magic, I think, at least to me. And I'm sure to many of you. In 2022 or so, GitHub Copilot appeared and kind of changed the game. Suddenly, your editor understood intent, not just syntax. And then kind of VS Code variants like Cursor, Windsurf, and Zed, and others said it is Rust and on its own, but many others were kind of built on that concept further by building entire IDEs around AI. So features like multi-file edits showed up in inline chat, deeper code base awareness. I personally, for example, remember very vividly the jump from having to explicitly introduce a file at the context with an ampersand to all of a sudden, I think Windsurf did it first, where the context, the whole repo was just known to the agent. And all of a sudden you could do much more expansive work and brainstorm and build features that impact repository that wasn't possible before. And then in early 2025 or so, fully agentic tools that were highly flexible and customizable like Claude Code moved beyond the IDE altogether. So you could plan a task, could execute across files, run commands, iterate, all from the terminal with a suite of highly customizable agents and skills, FCP tools and so on. And to be, totally fair, of course, IDEs have extensions and so on, but it's a slightly more opinionated architecture and a little bit more rigid and restrictive than a completely open CLI tool that I can do almost anything it's imagined. So many developers now use both a native IDE tool for fast edits, convenience of a visual, a good UI for tracking Git, so forth, and then a coding agent for bigger projects. That's kind of common pattern. One of Claude Code's most powerful and expansive features is its complete programmatic flexibility and customizability according to whatever your agenda you use. And so if we now take that concept